Okay.
The outside pre-trip of a CDL. I have 5 clearance lights at the top that are illuminated and they're amber. The left and right of the headlight, they're illuminated and they're amber. The headlights and the fog lamps. There's no cracks and they have illumination. I will check to make sure my bright light indicator is working and my bright lights are working. Bright lights are working on the left side of the cab. I have an amber light on the side of the cab that's illuminated and it's not cracked. I have a clearance light up at the top that's illuminated and it's amber. I have 2 tail lights in the back of the tractor that are illuminated and they're red. I have a red illumination on the side marker that's illuminated. At the very back of the vehicle, I have 3 ID lights that are illuminated and I have 4 tail lights that are illuminated. Coming on the right side, I have illumination on the right side that's red, illuminated. At the top of the trailer, I have a clearance light that's amber and it's illuminated. I have the right side cab illuminated. So all my lights are illuminated. I have no problem. Now I'm going to go to the left turn signal. The left front blinker is illuminated and it's red. Amber. Amber on the side of the left side of the vehicle. Both of them are illuminated. I'm going to go to the back of the tractor. It's red and illuminated and it's flashing. In the rear of the trailer, my left blinker is illuminated and that cracked and functioning. I'm going to go and turn on my right blinker. The right side of my vehicle is amber and it's illuminated and it's flashing. The right side cab, both of them are illuminated and they're amber. Come back to the right side of the tractor, it's red and it's illuminated, it's flashing. And the back of the trailer is red and it's flashing. It's illuminated. I'm going to put on my 4-ways. My 4-ways on the left side of my vehicle, it's illuminated, it's amber. Amber on the left side of the cab, all illuminated. The rear of my tractor, I have 2 red lenses, they're illuminated and they're flashing, they're red. The rear of the trailer, I have 2 left and right, they're illuminated and flashing. The right side of the cab, I have amber, 2 marks, they're illuminated. Front, illuminated, they're amber, they're flashing. I'm going to check my brake lights. Brake lights of the tractor, you can tell they're brighter, they're illuminated, and there's no cracks. In the rear of my trailer, they're illuminated. Now I'm going to do my reflectors and mud flaps. I have a reflector on the left side of my lens that's reflected, and my mud flap on the front fender. I have reflective devices on the back of the cab of the vehicle. I have a reflector down the length of the left side of the trailer. I have a mud flap in the front and the rear of the axle. I have a reflective device on the mud flap itself. I have a mud flap on the left side that's secure. I have reflective tape to the top of the trailer, the bottom of the trailer, and the bottom of the ICC bumper that's affixed. The right mud flap is secured. Reflective tape down the length of the right side of the vehicle. I have a right mud flap with a reflective device that is secured. I have a front fender, right side is secured. I have a right mud flap on the right side. Reflective device on the right lens that's functioning. At this time, I'm going to open up the hood. I've done all of the lights and the reflectors. Going to open up the hood safely. I have no leakage on the top or the bottom of the engine. My radiator is within range, and I use the reservoir to fill it. I'm looking at all my hoses. There's no cracks in my hoses. My blade, there's no missing teeth on my blade. My belts, no more than 3/4 inches of the blade. My alternator with a positive and negative wires that are secured. There's no corrosion, and all the bolts are present and secured. Hoses, all secured. My water pump is secured, and there's no leaks. And it's gear driven. And I think I covered everything on that side. We'll go on the other side. Go up the top, no leaks top or bottom. Checking all my hoses. Already checked my belt. My power steering gearbox is secured, no leaks. All the hoses. My air compressor secured with bolts and the hoses, and there's no leaks to my air compressor. I've already checked the oil. It's in range between the high and the low. My reservoir for my power steering is in range. And then on my steering linkage, going to my steering linkage, it's secured. The steering box, the pitman arm, drag link, and knuckle, all secured with 2 bolts or 2 nuts and cotter pins. They're all secured. My front spring hanger, back spring hanger, or shackle are secure with leaf springs, U-bolts, and nuts. They're all secured and present. My shock is secured with 2 bolts, and there's no leakage indicating that the shock is bad. My brake chamber is secured, and there's no dents, and my hose is secure with no leaks. My slack adjuster can handle no more than 1 inch of play, and the push rod is not bent. Inside, my rim is not damaged. The brake lining is free from contaminants. I have a minimum of 1/4 inch of brake pad. The inner tire, there's no cuts or abrasions. The inside tires, no cuts or abrasions. I have a minimum of 4/32. I've already checked all the air pressure on all the tires, and there's a minimum of 100 psi. No cuts or abrasions of the tire, no crack or weld in my rim. All the lug nuts are present. There's no running rust to indicate the lug nuts are loose. I have a metal valve stem and a metal cap, and I've already checked the hub oil, and it's in range. We go to the next phase. We're going to open up the driver's door. I have a seal around the whole door. It's sealed. It keeps carbon dioxide from coming in the vehicle or any leakage. I have hinges that are secured to close the door. My mirror bracket is secured. Fuel tank. 2 bands, no leak on top, no leak on bottom. And we'll open up the fuel. This one is just a twist off. I have a seal, and I have lead. And the lead is there just in case it catches on fire. It'll melt the lead and prevent a bomb from going off. I secure the cap. My step wells are all secured. Battery box and deck plate are all secured. Under the vehicle, my drive shaft. Going to make sure my drive shaft is nice and tight and it's secured. Going to check the exhaust. Make sure the exhaust, there's no leakage in my exhaust, and it is secure. Exhaust pipe is secured. There's no leakage.
From the front.
The frame of my vehicle, there's no welds or breaks in my frame, or no illegal drill points to my frame, and it's all secure. The drive axle suspension on the rear of the vehicle. I have a front hanger and a back hanger, U-bolts and springs, all secured, stacked on top. Got a torsion arm that is secured too. I have, now we're going to go to the brake chambers. Brake chambers, I have 2 brake chambers that are secured. There's no cracks in my brake chambers. That leads with air hoses to the air tank. And the hoses are no cuts or frays to them. My slack adjusters, no more than 1 inch of play. My push rods on both of them are not bent. My brakes, the inside, there's no damage to my rim. And the brake line free from any contaminants. I have a minimum of 1/4 inch of brake pad. The inside tire, there are no cuts or abrasions. I have a minimum of 2/32 on both tires. No add, no more wear. No stone or debris in between the duals, and the rims are touching. On the outside, no cuts or abrasions in the tire, no crack or weld in the rim. Lug nuts are all present, no running rust. It's a sealed hub. It's not leaking, all the nuts are present. I have a metal valve stem and a metal cap on the outside. Got a metal valve stem and a metal cap on the inside. Coupling device, truck. I have an electrical device that's from the tractor and the two service and emergency lines that are leading to the trailer to the two glad hands. They're all secure. There's no leakage, no damage. The hose that's leading from the trailer to the coupling, there's no leakage on the service or the emergency, and it's all connected. My electrical box is not damaged or broke, and it's all secured. My bulkhead is secure. There's no cracks to the back of my trailer or the front of my trailer to prevent the load from shifting and coming out if I had to take a complete emergency stop. Underneath, my bolts are present for my fifth wheel, the bracket that's secured to the frame. My platform is secured with a fifth wheel device, and it's properly greased. There's no cracks in my apron of my trailer. My handle is not bent and it's not broke, it's secured. I'm gonna go underneath with a flashlight. I have no gap between my fifth wheel plate and the apron of the trailer. My kingpin is secured and the jaws is wrapped around the kingpin. And everything is secured. The rear of the tractor, this is a day cab. If it was a sleeper, sometimes you have an emergency door to exit, but it isn't. And this is just a straight trailer. There's no doors on either side, just a door at the rear of the trailer. Now we're going to talk about the frame of the trailer. It's a subframe. I have a frame for the legs, and I have a frame for the axle. They're all secure. There's no missing bolts, no cracks in the frame. My handle and my feet are all secured to the frame for the legs, and it's all in working order. My rear axle, it's not a tandem. It's just a single axle, and it's a fixed axle. It can't be slid forward or to the rear. Now we're going to talk about the trailer suspension. I have a front hanger and a back hanger, all secured with leaf springs, U-bolts, and nuts. The leaf springs are stacked, nothing missing. I have a torsion arm on both sides. That one's a fixed one, this one's adjustable. They're all secured. I have two brake chambers and air lines that lead to the air tank, all secured. There's no cracks to my brake chambers. I have a minimum, got no more than an inch of play on my slack adjuster, and the push rods are not bent. My brake pads, I have no damage to my rim, no cracks or welds, and my brake lining is at least a minimum of a 1/4 inch, and there's no contaminants on my brake lining to prevent me from stopping. My tires, there's no cuts or breaks in the inside, at least 2 30-seconds, no stone debris in between the duals, and the rims are touching. There's no cuts or abrasions to outside my dual tire, no crack or weld in the rim, all my lug nuts are present, there's no running rust. I have a visual on my hub lubricant, it's in range. I have a metal valve stem and a metal cap on the outside, metal valve stem and a cap on the inside. It's all secured. At the rear of the vehicle, I have cables on the left and right side of the trailer that are all secured. I'm going to remove the chain. I'm going to open up the door slowly. I have a seal to prevent any water from getting back in. I'm going to open it up slowly. It's an empty trailer. Close it and secure it. The door is functioning and it is secured. Put the chain back on.